Oh, you can only actually start training 15% of your maximum manpower. I mean, of your fielded manpower. So you've got to keep regiments or divisions in training. Interesting. Okay, that's a pretty stark difference. We'll get the Sea Gladiators relatively soon. That's good. Okay, free civilian factories. Yes, we do. Well, let's make sure that we have all the factories built in these places, which are at 100% infrastructure now. And just keep on pumping out those civilian factories. This is the best mod I've played in Hearts of Iron. Sadly, it ruined vanilla for me since you can't go back anymore. That's unsure. I see a nice zip-up hoodie on this spring store. Navy colour looks cool. Just bought it. Thank you. Awesome, Sandrock. That's cool. These noon streams are still getting some time getting used to. Yeah, I like this time slot, especially on a Thursday and a Friday. Not usually going to happen. It's just because it's bank holiday here in Sweden. Oh yeah, I have some tea. I forgot about that. Bonus! And it's already at a suitable temperature. It's because it's not in front of me. I just kind of forget it exists because I don't physically have space on my desk for tea. It's horrible. I'll put it behind my microphone, see if I remember then. At least that's kind of in my peripheral. Missing all the Jubilee situations. Is that today? I am totally out of touch with what the heck is happening in the UK at the moment. It's not even in my calendar. The German passenger airship Hindenburg was destroyed today while attempting to dock at Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. For reasons not yet determined, the airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming 35-year lives. Oh, the humanity! Meanwhile, world tension is actually going down, not up. When's China kick off? That's got to be coming up relatively soon, surely. Okay, there's the three-nation state. And now we're going to develop New Zealand. New Zealand retains a strong connection to our nation and has warned against the fascist threat. Their contribution in the event of war is certain. We should aid them in preparing accordingly. Heck yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, we have the Ministry of Labour. Stability. We could get our stability up to 95. 98 rather. Maths, it's hard. Imperial Conference. The British government has announced the 12th Imperial Conference. For the next 2 months, representatives from the British government and the Dominions will gather in London to discuss matters that concern the entire empire. What this will mean for global affairs is as yet unclear. It is possible discussions will include a topic of Imperial Federation, the formation of which would likely have significant repercussions for the superpowers of the world. For the next 2 months, representatives, we've already read that. In addition, this may be the best time to settle with finality the matter of Imperial Federation, already raised repeatedly in previous Imperial conferences. Whether the future of the British Commonwealth of Nations is one of loose association of independent sovereign nations, or if a tight-knit federation that may stand strong in the face of global turmoil, may well be decided in the upcoming months. Their opinion of me reduced by 100. Huh. And there's the Battle Mark II, which I think was a close air support. Yes, it was. And we don't have new naval bombers just yet. Oh, the naval bombers can go on carriers, just natively. I guess that's why they split out the patrol and then the naval bomber. Patrol are the land-based ones. That actually makes a lot more sense. I think those are all good. We also just got the Crusader. We could upgrade it. To a bigger howitzer. Sorry, cruiser, not Crusader. There's the Crusader. 73 days on that. No, we want to get the new AA guns. Start them in production. Oh yes, we actually have 2 slots. We could get Egret class. Actually, my cruiser is that one, so it would be the Dido. What am I missing? Basic fire control. What's that? I'm guessing it's under engineering. Oops. Yes. Let's get that and then we'll start working on the modern light cruisers. That should do. And there's the Sea Gladiator, which we can now upgrade to. And we can also start building some of the Battle Mark IIs. Don't think I'm going to need a huge number of those. Do this. 5 and 3. Our military factory capabilities are still pretty small. Right, we could also get fuel refining. Yes, I will do that. Because we know that our fuel struggles and suffers a bit when we have all of the ships at sea. So if we can improve that, that would be a good thing. Nationalist Spain's looking kind of bad at the moment. And then the Surrey class is a class I can't build yet, right? Oh no, I can. They are some older heavy cruisers. Well, actually, I mean, they're modern heavy cruisers, technically. Oh, we actually have decisions. I thought it was going to be events. The Imperial Conference has started and we may push our agenda for the next 2 months. Before Dominion representatives return home again, improving diplomatic relations with our Dominions will likely increase the chance of those Dominions agreeing with our proposals. So, let's discuss Imperial economy. I don't know how fast relations will improve. Oh, India hated the three-state solution. So doing that's probably just blocked them from Imperial Federation. I mean, actually everybody is pretty positive towards us, so I'm not that concerned about raising it further. Imperial Conference, the economy. A powerful economy is the backbone that supports the entire empire. It is imperative that the dominions do not neglect their domestic industrial build-up and invest heavily in the continued advancement of industrialization. This is something I would like to push through, so I will expend a little bit of diplomatic effort. Basically doing these in order of importance, and industry always comes first. Lovely, when you have looked at the weather, report to find the day without rain, to go out and cut your hedges, only to have it pour down heavily in the middle of it. Thanks, weather. Yeah, weather. The Indian government has notified us they agree to our request for increasing investments in their domestic industry. They will now free up those funds immediately. So they gain a year's worth of construction buffs. So do I. And then Stanley Baldwin's like, no, I don't like this anymore. Oh no, we lost the war support. Damn it. 2 weeks after the coronation of George VI, Mr. Baldwin has announced that he will resign the premiership in order to retire at the age of 70. Having led the national government on and off since 1923, he has been the steady hand responsible for bringing the British Empire out of the Great Depression in the recent years, has reluctantly overseen the beginning of the imperial rearmament and the abdication of King Edward VIII. He steps down as a popular and successful Prime Minister, and he has done enough to has he done enough to counter the growing threats from Germany? Ah, that's annoying. Now it's going to be even harder to get the war economy through. Thanks, Chamberlain. Right, I need to choose another of these. Let's do... Should have done appeasement before Chamberlain came in. Let's do trade. If the Empire is to thrive, we must expand the preferential trade agreements already in place. We propose that the Dominions increase their exports to the industrial heartland of the British Isles so we may more effectively fuel our industry. I'm again going to spend a bit of diplomatic effort on this. Canada accepts. So they changed to free trade. And this is also increasing their relations with us. That's interesting. South Africa accepts, New Zealand accepts, Australia accepts, India accepts. India was the big one. Actually no, Canada was probably the big one there because we can buy a lot of stuff from the Canadians. Okay, next up we will say appeasement and then defense. The policy of appeasement has not been without its critics amongst the Empire. We must once push forth this point of discussion and admit that perhaps a change in diplomatic tone is needed, but this requires the support of the Empire. I'm not going to spend any points on this, it's too early. And I'd quite like to keep at least some political power going. They lose political power, they gain war support. We gain war support. Oh! Screw you, Chamberlain. Now I just need 150 political power. And we also have some more civilian factories available. Excellent. And we are building everything to the maximum everywhere we can. So it is going to be time for some more infrastructure in that case. And I think I kind of want to do this in areas that we're actually producing a lot of resources, especially iron. So that's basically just going to be Wales. Then after that, let's improve in places with lots of industry like Warwickshire. That should keep us going for a while. New Zealand has been developed. So now I just need to get to 150 political power, so then I can do maintaining balance of power to jump up 2 levels of mobilization. So I think now I'm going to do the Bordsea Research Centre. The Bordsea Manor has been in use by the Air Ministry in their development of naval technology known as radar. Additional scientists and engineers should be allocated to further develop this concept. Sounds good to me. Quite a lot of iron in Sussex, was there indeed? Yes, there was. Okay. Good, good, good. Novel technology, not naval technology. I was wondering, it's like Air Department is doing naval. I mean, sure. America works on a wacky system like that. And then we need to do Imperial Defense. I'm not going to discuss the Federation. I'm not interested. In light of the current global crisis, it is clear that we can no longer shoulder the responsibility of Imperial defence entirely ourselves, and so we must rely more on the Dominions. Each state must increase their own defence expenditures, so that as a whole we may stand stronger in the face of whatever the world may throw at us. I'm not going to spend points on this, though. South Africa accepts. They get factory output, dockyard output, and we get the same. Everybody accepted. Good. And that's it. I don't think I'm going to do the Imperial Federation. Machine tools are done. So now let's work on the 7.6 mortar. Meanwhile, training of the Navy is going well, and we're getting a decent amount of experience through, so we hopefully will be able to get a doctrine or two before the war starts. Right, we have access to the new tanks now. No, I'm not going to build these ones, I'm going to build the 1938 models. Yeah, these two. And at that point we're also going to need to start more rapidly rearming too. Admiralty did make the tank, so it's not unusual. Admittedly, the Admiralty being in charge of making the tank was a cover for the actual use of it. Interesting. Oh no, this is the worst of all possible worlds. Hindenburg and Earhart. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart, the first woman to complete a solo flight across the Atlantic, has disappeared along with her navigator, Fred Noonan. Now, while we are about halfway through the stream, I wanted to say, hey, there's a multiplayer Hearts of Iron game that's going to be happening tomorrow at 9 PM Central European Time. We are going to be playing Old World Blues, so if you want to join us, then you should head over to our Discord, where there is a sign up in the announcements right now, because we desperately need more players. So if you're interested in playing some Old World Blues with the Mordred Viking community, this is purely a casual thing, this is not try-hard, competitive, then do join us. And I will be playing as well, probably not streaming it because of noise situation, but I'll be there, I'll be playing. So tomorrow, 9 PM, Central European, join us. Join us! The fall of Beijing. Oh, so that war's going on now. Yes, it is. After weeks of combat, large-scale military clashes between China and Japan, Beijing and Tianjin, have encompassed the entire region of Japan, routing the Chinese further into Hebei. Okay. Marco Polo Bridge incident. I would have thought, correct me if I'm wrong, that Japan taking their capital would be a slightly bigger issue than a bridge skirmish. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located just southwest of Beijing. So that must be down here. I always assumed it was this one. Huh. Heavy Punch, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. What am I getting from the balanced imports and exports? Our fatigue is almost entirely gone now. Oh, I see, because we're free... Oh no, we are export focus. Does that mean that free trade would actually be buffing us? Huzzah! There's the basic fire control system, so we can now work on the new new light cruiser, which I'm going to do. Huzzah! Dido class. In fact, if we get to 1938, we can get an even better version. Although that's going to need the decimetric radar. Okay. Dido class, how do you compare to the old town class? Because already the town class was really good. Uses less manpower. Less surface detection. Less sub-detection. Less attack. More anti-air. Slightly faster, less range. Less hit points. Less armor. Less fuel usage, less reliability. Oh, it's significantly cheaper, it's like half the cost. But we could put the Dido engine into the town, probably. It's new stuff. I like new stuff. Also, that is a really cheap light cruiser. So if we could put better recon on the Dido, then that would probably be good. Okay, now I am actually really curious. Crown Colony. Crown Colony is again more similar to the town. So the Crown Colony is the newest light cruiser. It's actually the cheapest in terms of resources. That's interesting. Surface detection a whopping 35. That's because of the radar. Yeah, Crown Colony is a really good ship. Like, really good. It's got all of the ornament buffs the Dido has with the, like, base strength of the town. It's got more armor. Less hit points, but that armor is impressive. Cheaper to run, cheaper to build. Bigger engine. Oh no, it's the same engine. That's an older engine. Wait, no, that's a gun. Okay. It's a weapon of some kind. That looks like an engine. 15.2 centimeter Mark 23. But it increases the weaponry. If you say so. So we need to get decimetric radar. What do we need for that? 1938, but we could theoretically go slightly ahead of time for that. And considering who we are, I kind of feel like that's probably a worthwhile investment. Ooh, what was the range? People are all saying, oh, look at that range, look at that range. Oh, look at that range, heck yeah. This is triple that of the Dido. Okay, so the Crown Colony light ships are beautiful. Definitely want to invest in those. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Right, here we go. Early mobilization, here we come. Consumer goods factory goes down. We do start losing war support at this level. Maybe I do want to stay until 38. I'm not in a huge hurry. It's fine.
Attention.
How come more tension went down after Marco Polo? We could go free trade. That's true. Could also get the elusive gentleman for another operative.